Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Man United have confirmed that Marcus Rashford will have surgery on his shoulder. Rashford is going to be out until October. After England's defeat to Italy in the Euro final, Rashford got racially abused. So too did Saka and Jadon Sancho. Hundreds of people supported Marcus Rashford at the memorial. Rashford has become injury prone, so that's a concern. And there's aspects of his game that have got to improve because he's endured bad periods at Man United. We've got to keep Marcus Rashford on that left hand side because that's where he seems to be more effective. Rashford has been a United player since the age of 7. He's been in our senior squad since 2016. Now, I want to give you some news on Ruben Neves. Wolves are ready to sell Ruben Neves to Manchester United. Wolves are willing to sell Ruben Neves for £35 million. Manchester United are leading Arsenal in the race to sign Ruben Neves. Ruben Neves has a contract with Wolves until 2024. He's made 151 appearances in the Premier League for Wolves. Wolves paid £15.8 million for him from Porto back in 2017. He's been superb for Wolves and he's Premier League proven. I think he'd fit in our team perfectly. Wolves lost Jota last year to Liverpool. Wolves have struggled without Diego Jota. They also lost Matt Doherty to Tottenham. There's been a lot of midfielders on our agenda. Matt Judge has talked to the representatives of Saul Niguez, Eduardo Camavinga and Ruben Neves. You know the news on Rafael Varane from Real Madrid. Varane hopes to travel to Manchester this weekend to complete a transfer to Manchester United. Fabrizio Romano did say that Varane is planning to fly to Manchester early next week. Monday, he should complete a move to Manchester United. He said the medical and the contract has been scheduled for next week. Rafael Varane posted a farewell message to Real Madrid. Varane is our third signing of this summer transfer window. It got announced on Tuesday that Man United confirmed that they'd reached an agreement with Real Madrid to sign Rafael Varane. Obviously subject to a medical and player terms being finalised. Both clubs agreed an initial fee of £34 million, rises up to £43 million with add-ons. Varane has agreed a 4-year contract with Man United. There's an option of a further year. We've doubled Rafael Varane's wages from what he was currently on at Real Madrid. Varane will receive £250,000 a week at Man United. I'm not too sure what shirt number he's going to be wearing. I think we need to give him that number 4 shirt. But I can assure Varane will exceed expectations in the Premier League. And at Man United, I'm convinced he'll replicate what he did in his years with Real Madrid. What a fantastic centre-back partnership that is, Varane and Harry Maguire, because they'll complement each other very well in our back line. Varane is highly experienced, he's regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. We went in for Varane back in 2011 under the Sir Alex Ferguson era. We also went in for him back in 2018 because Woodward was prepared to sanction a £100 million move. Varane's got a good pedigree as a player, which is beneficial because he won a lot of trophies at Real Madrid. You know, he won like La Ligas, Champions Leagues, Copa del Rey. Back in 2018 he won the World Cup with France and he's won 79 caps. Varane was a long-serving player at Real Madrid. He endured 10 years with them. His current contract at Real Madrid was due to expire next year. For Real Madrid he made 360 appearances in all competitions. Madrid did get Varane from Lens back in 2011. As you all know, Manchester United have to sell to finance more incomings. Solskjaer confirmed more signings are coming, so Man United are not yet finished in this summer transfer window. We're enjoying a very good summer transfer window because Solskjaer is getting the players he wants to recommend in. And like I've said before, it's about time Solskjaer got the backing he deserves because he wasn't backed enough for such a long time. We've made 3 signings so far in this summer transfer window. Brought Tom Heaton in on a free transfer from Villa. Brought Jadon Sancho in from Borussia Dortmund. We confirmed the signing of Jadon Sancho last Friday. And we've brought Rafael Varane in from Real Madrid. Solskjaer has spent over £100 million so far in this summer transfer window. Solskjaer did say he wants to make around 4 signings in this summer transfer window. This summer transfer window is Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. Before the summer transfer window opened, it said Solskjaer had been given a £150 million transfer budget to buy around 4 or 5 new players. I think we've got a good chance of signing Kieran Trippier from Atletico Madrid. Manchester United already have Kieran Trippier transfer agreement. Trippier expects any Man United move to materialise towards the end of the window. He arranged his family to relocate back to Manchester. Atletico Madrid want 30 million for Trippier. We've already had 2 offers rejected for Trippier. He said not so long ago that Atletico Madrid won't sell Trippier to Man United. But before that, Neil Custis from The Sun said Man United were close to signing Kieran Trippier for £18 million. We went in for Trippier back in the January transfer window, but we cooled our interest because Kieran Trippier got banned by FIFA for 8 weeks for breaching betting rules. It'd be beneficial if we could recommend Trippier in though, because he's a right back and he would provide competition for Wan-Bissaka. He's highly experienced, plus he's proven in the Premier League. Atletico Madrid paid 20 million for Trippier. His current contract at Atletico Madrid expires next year. He won his first La Liga with Atletico last season. But I think Man United are going to make at least one more signing in this summer transfer window. The players I think should leave Man United in this summer transfer window. I think we've got to loan Brandon Williams out to gain him more experience and to get him a lot more opportunities. Brandon Williams is our third choice left back, he seldom plays for us. I think we should also offload Alex Telles, because Alex Telles has hardly played for Man United. He's found game time very difficult. He's been subjected to transfer speculation recently. He did say Inter Milan wanted Telles on loan. A few weeks ago, Sky in Italy said that Roma were in talks to sign Alex Telles as a replacement for the injured Leonardo Spinazzola. Telles is our second choice left back. The reason we brought him in last year was to provide competition for Shaw, but when we got him last year I expected him to be our first choice left back immediately. Telles has made 23 appearances for us. We got him for 15.4 million from Porto. He's got a contract with Man United until 2024. Telles is set to miss the start of the season with an ankle injury he sustained last week in training. I think we've definitely got to offload Phil Jones, but we might not be offloading him now, reflecting on what Solskjaer's recently said. Jones hasn't played for Man United since January, but Jones has always been inconsistent. He doesn't get in our 11. He's the only outfield player that's still with us from the Ferguson era. Maxwell Tuanzebe, we have agreed to let him go out on loan. I heard that Newcastle are interested in him. Diego Dalot want him to leave. We did get him from Porto back under the Jose Mourinho era. He was out on loan with AC Milan last season. Andres Pereira, he's another player we've got to offload. He was out on loan with Lazio last season. I think Andres Pereira is interested in going to Turkish side Fenerbahce, I heard. Nemanja Matic, I think we've got to offload him. I've got my strong reservations about Matic. He's always been a static player. He's ageing up, and analysing the vast majority of his games at Man United, he has been inconsistent. We got Matic for 40 million from Chelsea back in 2017. Van der Beek, I think we should move him on. I haven't really had much of a perception on Van der Beek since he come at Man United because he's hardly started any games. I recall Van der Beek starting just 4 games in the league last season. Most of Van der Beek's appearances for Man United have come from the bench. He's only enjoyed 1 full season at the club, but he has been subjected to transfer speculation. Not so long ago it said Van der Beek will snub interest from Germany, France and Italy to remain at Man United. But I expected Van der Beek to start a hell of a lot more games than he has done. We got Van der Beek for 40 million from Ajax last year. He's got a contract with Man United till 2025, and he's versatile, Van der Beek. He can play in 3 different roles. Jesse Lingard, we've also got to offload him. I don't know what's going on with Lingard. Solskjaer did recently hint that Martial and Lingard have a role to play for the new season. After our 2-1 win against Derby in pre-season, that was our first pre-season friendly game, Solskjaer said Lingard is part of Man United's plans for the new season. I think we want around 30 million for Lingard. West Ham want him, but they've been struggling to meet our asking price. I heard Everton are also interested in him. Lingard's current contract with us expires next year. Martial, he's another player I think Man United have got to offload because he's no longer good enough to represent the club. But I think Martial's going to be staying at Man United for next season. Reports said that quite a few weeks ago. And to be honest with you, I think we should offload David De Gea because I reckon De Gea has had his years at Manchester United. He's been a long servant, De Gea. He's endured 10 years at the club. He's been with us since the Ferguson era. De Gea has endured around 8 good years out of the 10 years he's been with us because in the last couple of years he has been a liability, reflecting on the mistakes he's made. He said the other week that David De Gea decided to cut short his holiday by 2 weeks to fight for the starting place. De Gea is determined to fight for his future. A few weeks ago it said De Gea could be loaned out by Man United next season to make room in the goalkeeping department. But if we was to sell David De Gea in this summer transfer window, I reckon we'd get from between 40 to 50 million pound. So there you go. We have played 3 pre-season friendly games. We've won 1, we've drawn 1, and we've lost 1. We've got 1 more pre-season friendly left. That's Everton on the 7th of August. We were supposed to be playing Preston, but obviously that game got called off due to the COVID. I told you I'm not bothered about pre-season, it's just to build fitness levels up and it's preparing for the new season. But we have conceded 7 goals in 3 pre-season friendly games, which you can say is a concern. We do play Leeds on the opening day in 2 weeks. I'm really looking forward to the new season. The new season is going to be massive for Solskjaer, and he is aware of that because Solskjaer has got big expectations to exceed. Solskjaer needs to win a trophy at Manchester United next season because he's not yet won a trophy as Man United manager, and we haven't won a trophy since 2017, which is 4 years ago now. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. I think Solskjaer's got to improve his decision making next season as well, because in a lot of the games he's managed so far at Man United, he has been tactically naive. I certainly think Solskjaer does deserve at least another season. These United fans that are Ollie in, there's also United fans that are Ollie out. I can assure he's not the long-term manager for Man United, despite us enduring a good summer transfer window. I certainly think the signings of Sancho and Varane makes Man United title contenders, and Solskjaer's ambition for the new season is to win the Premier League. These United fans that are very sceptical we're going to win a title under Ollie or any trophy under Ollie. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013, which is 8 years ago now. But I'm expecting Solskjaer to get sacked at some point next season. Last weekend, Solskjaer signed a new 3-year contract at Man United until 2024. There's an option of a further year. A lot of United fans obviously are unhappy with us giving him this new contract, because Ole won't see out this new contract, I can assure that myself. Solskjaer signed a 3-year contract when he got the job permanently back in March 2019. Solskjaer has been in charge of Manchester United now for almost 3 years, and reflecting how long he's been at the football club, he has gained some managerial experience and he's learnt quite a bit on the job, and he's tried a few different elements. But Ole hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager. In a way, I'm surprised that Solskjaer is still Man United manager, because we have endured very bad periods under him where he's been extremely close to getting sacked. And we lost the Europa League final last season. I think with Ole being a club legend, that's what's basically saved his job. When we are inconsistent, and when we have been inconsistent, not all of the blame has stemmed from Solskjaer. He's been accountable for certain things, but I think there's certain players that have had to take responsibility during a lot of them bad periods, because there is still certain players at Man United that are not good enough to represent the club. Obviously, the board, they've been one of the biggest problems at the club for a long time. Obviously, they were accountable for how poor our recruitment policy was for such a long time. Woodward, he's been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. It said Woodward is leaving Man United. Woodward's had a 16-year association with the club. The Glazers, they have been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time, but I've got to give them credit, because the Glazers are now backing Solskjaer in this summer transfer window. But a lot of United fans were demanding the Glazers out, and don't forget, towards the end of last season, a lot of United fans were protesting against the Glazers at Old Trafford, because obviously the Glazers have put us in so much debt. You know, the Glazers have been at Man United for 16 years. They purchased the club for 500 million back in 2005. I do think Ole is our best manager since Ferguson, despite me criticising him a lot during his managerial tenure at Man United. Solskjaer knew when he taken over at Man United it was going to be a massive job, despite him knowing the club through thick and thin. And he knew he had a lot to do when he got appointed in as Man United manager. I've got to turn around and say Solskjaer's done a pretty good job to say the current squad he was left with when he got appointed in as Man United manager, because he was inheriting a lot of the deadwood, and he's still inheriting some of the deadwood now. I think Solskjaer's made good signings at Man United. He's brought 13 players in now. He's spent just over 400 million in total. You know, he's also got rid of a lot of the deadwood since he's come in. You know, Ollie's got us to like semi-finals, got us to the Europa League final last season, the FA Cup quarter-final last season. In his first full season, got us a 3rd place finish. And in his second full season, he got us a 2nd place finish. Solskjaer's more or less giving everybody their chances to express themselves, including the young players. And I like the way Solskjaer develops the youth. So there you go. And Man United definitely made the right decision getting a director of footballing, because I did say that's one of the structural changes that we need at the club. Our director of football is John Murtough. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you for today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.